Hello there and welcome to UBC News Tonight at exactly 8 p.m. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Nakakoni Elizabeth on sign language in our top stories of the day. In news tonight, President Yoweri Museveni writes to Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja over the iron sheets bonanza. 37 people perished during Easter season and 13 were civilians. Police deploy heavily at Makerere University ahead of the Friday, April 14th elections. And in our sports stories, Kabaka Ronald Mwendamtebi II to flag off his activities to mark his 68th birthday. In UBC News Tonight, President Yoweri Museveni has pledged action against government officials who participated in the iron sheets distribution bonanza after police investigations. In a 1.5-page letter addressed to the Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja, Museveni wants beneficiaries to return the iron sheets either in physical or cash. He wants ministers involved to take personal responsibility by paying back the iron sheets. Museveni, who describes the act as not just a political mistake but theft, warns ministers against sacrificing security for cheap popularity. Museveni's letter comes at a time when Karamoja Affairs Minister Mary Goreti Kitutu is on remand pending a reappearance before court for bail application on the 12th of April 2023. Still about the president, he has arrived in West Nile region where he will spend 3 days talking to the people of West Nile about government programs on wealth creation. His first visit was in Owo City, where he directed the electricity be extended to the region to enable investors and industries people creating jobs.
Of the wealth for the whole state. I have been in this struggle for the last 60 plus years. I started in my area, the Ankole area, together with our colleagues, the students, some of whom died in our wars.
Now, the Prime Minister, Right Honourable, I beg your pardon, Nabbanja Robinah, has advised youth to take advantage of the prevailing opportunities to transform themselves. The Premier was interacting with a delegation from Mpefu Sub-County, Kagadi District, where accompanied Edson Tusingwide to appreciate the Prime Minister for supporting vulnerable people. Take a look at the story.
Tusingwide says that in 2014, when the Prime Minister was a woman MP for Greater Kibale District, donated to him 140,000 shillings during her wealth creation mobilization that changed his life. Tusingwide's message was read for him by Mpefu Sub-County, Bunyoro Kingdom Chief Samuel Arinaitwe.
Yataha yakwate gari ya tata we tata nawe twizire nawe muguru saraha ya muhegari aha ni bwo bakumuzana omwana yatanga kuja hanyanza kusubule bye nyanja yagure kisaka
nonsemiriro muno. No, this one is like a coincidence, something you do not expect. It has been a dream.
Nabbanja reminded the youth to live a purposeful life and invest wisely, but also learning to start small.
Abantu bege kuyambangana, helping one another. obukuboyina okusa singa ate abantu aloborolo akagenda akadumule setu mbaroka singeza azwaire wakiri omunako obundi akuyambi arwa bakazi kabana abe na hiro mukatale just ntwalo abi just 200 like this ngeno mukatalo kazimu ati bali maduka gamani au katiro mtawo and you can see them.
The team also reported that some people titled their land and they are now threatened with eviction.
This problem that cannot be solved up to today. What is it? People, you have authorities. You have got authority. You have got signatures. Ati okwenda manye nyo cyara ninjirota burota. No. At now that's what we are saying. Let's tell it to you now. Nti bakakwa world voices njirote bakakwa privilege line these days tera okasimo gamba abantu bampefu kubabona bona so netukazigambe katugambe n'abantu bampefu nabo nabo banije baratambura baragenda bati binde bisinje byapa byoha ay kevinyasi.
Politicians and religious leaders formed part of the delegation.
In more news, Uganda police have committed to submit more concluded case files to Director of Public Prosecutions against government officials who took part in the disappearance of iron sheets meant for vulnerable Karamoja. Now, this comes a week after the remand of the senior minister in charge of Karamoja affairs, Dr. Makerere, was remanded.
The interagency security team investigating the disappearance of about 30,000 iron sheets meant for the vulnerable Karamoja will submit concluded case files to the Director of Public Prosecutions against government officials who allegedly stole iron sheets for vulnerable Karamoja.
Because of the importance of having a well-organized case management system, we had to ensure that our findings are thoroughly documented and in a manner that makes it easy for the office of the DPP to digest the report for purposes of prosecution.
The investigation team submitted the file of the senior minister in charge of Karamoja affairs, Dr. Makerere Kitutu, who is now remanded at Luzira prison.
The remaining individual case files are going to be submitted to the DPP, and then we shall be guided on the new suspects to be charged this week.
Meanwhile, police are hunting for 5 families which disappeared in the areas of Makindye Division, Kampala district, and are expected to be ADF remnants. These are alleged to have recruited juveniles into terrorism activities. A
total of 16 family members disappeared after abandoning their butchers, retail shops and border businesses in Konge Lukuli. By the time of abandoning their businesses, they had also sold off all their household properties, and they sent a message after indicating that they were going to join the best Muslim group in the world.
Police have arrested 26 individuals belonging to an organized criminal gang that has been attacking schools.
Because of that, we put up a task team to actively carry out intelligence and investigate who are the persons behind these attacks.
3 out of these 26 were the gang leaders. More of the members are being hunted down. Marion Awori for UBC.
Thank you so much, Marion Awori. The Easter traffic report reveals that 13 pedestrians were killed in the 76 road crashes registered by police across the country. This shows that pedestrians continue to die more in road accidents. Police traffic spokesperson advises pedestrians to desist from using earphones while walking on or along roads. As Ivan Kawa reports, 24 motorcycle riders, drivers, passengers, cyclists died in the crashes, bringing the total to 37 people.
76 cases of road use crashes were registered during the Easter season. 37 people died, for which pedestrians accounted for 12, the highest number of fatalities.
All pedestrians on our roads, we want you to follow this rule. Don't keep the left. Keep the right so that you see oncoming traffic. In case of anything, if a vehicle loses control, you're seeing it coming.
Traffic police spokesperson confirms that 29 crashes were attributed to overspeeding and unnecessary overtaking.
We don't care which emergency you have. We don't overtake in corners, and the signs are there. We don't overtake at a point where the line is thick and not broken. Still, we don't overtake at a point where there are two lines that are thick and not broken. We don't overtake at humps.
Between 7th and 10th April 2023, bus and coaster companies emulated high state of discipline on the roads.
So we thank all those people who drive coasters and buses for the discipline you exhibited during this Easter season. Keep it up. We have to reduce the crashes on the roads.
Road users need to respect road signs, especially at the express and highway, to minimize accidents.
So avoid driving in the inner lane. It has to be left empty for overtaking or those ones turning off.
Whereas police has done all it can to monitor road usage, the main responsibility remains on road users' discipline. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
As Makerere University prepares for this year's Guild elections at the institution following threats from the disqualified candidates to strike, it follows the University Council declaration that no political party would be entertained, leading to Karamoja Sulaiman and Margaret Natabi to be disqualified from the Guild race. Guild elections are slated for Friday, April 14th. Take a look.
Earlier in the morning, police deployed at Makerere University following threats from Guild aspirants who were disqualified from the Guild race. Karamoja Sulaiman of FDC and Natabi Margaret of National Unity Platform were disqualified from this year's Guild elections for breaching Makerere University Guild Statute 2022 that prohibits students from belonging to political parties.
When you look at all the leaders in this country over the years, they've had political parties, and this journey started from the university. So when you tell us to distance ourselves from the political parties, you're suffocating us. This is the time we're supposed to be nurtured. This is the time someone must find the different ideologies of different political parties, so that when I go for national politics, I know which party I am supposed to associate with.
The students are free to participate in any political activities outside the university. The university is not a political organization. The university is a university. It is an educational institution.
The disqualified candidates are accusing the Electoral Commission for its failure to critically investigate into the matters that caused the violence during the political debate held at Mitchell Hall, and have since gone to court.
They disqualified me, but I'm in court. When you read the statute, you read the Constitution, the Electoral Commission chairperson has no rights whatsoever to disqualify me from the race. We have electoral offences, they are very clear.
Is there candidates who flouted the rules, and the rules are very clear. So they were disqualified. So where is the problem? They were disqualified because they flouted the rules. Everybody else was following the rules. These two thought they were special, and they flouted the rules.
But the two major issues which are currently causing turmoil at the university is the fact that they made the Students' Guild to be non-partisan, and they are implementing that. They also made the issue of virtual elections.
Makerere University Vice Chancellor Professor Barnabas Nango insists that political parties shall not be welcomed at the university.
So those who are interested in politics, they can go out and do their politics, and nobody is going to follow them up. But here, if they are here, let them study, and if they want to participate in the Guild electoral processes, they should know that the Guild is a non-partisan institution. It is there to serve all the students, and that's what it will be.
2 students have so far been suspended from the university for participating in unauthorized political debates and violating Makerere University Students Regulations 2015.
It is so unfortunate that students are just suspended without even being taken to the disciplinary committee. Someone is not given any hearing. The university is not even sure if the boy was there. All they know he belongs to a given camp.
The regulation is if you have been involved in activities that disturb the peace at the university, I suspend you and then investigate. And that's what I've done. And that's what has been happening in the whole history of Makerere University.
The 2022 Makerere University Guild Statute was established following violent campaigns in which a student of Uganda Christian University, Betungura Bewati, was killed. Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
Thank you so much, Saddam. Well, the Guild elections at Makerere University are slated for Friday, April 14th. And we can always keep you updated if you stay tuned to UBC TV. Now, Democratic Party has proposed an equal share of the budget allocated to the leader of opposition in Parliament among all opposition political parties. Now, DP Secretary General Gerald Siranda notes that they are yet to engage the Speaker of Parliament to enable political parties carry out programs for a better position. Take a look.
Shillings is allocated to the leader of opposition in Parliament every financial year. However, this does not benefit individual parties. Democratic Party wants the money shared among all opposition political parties.
We are going to engage the Speaker through the leadership of Parliament, the Parliamentary Commission, because the idea of this money in Parliament is the idea of rules of procedure. We are saying no. JEMA should be allocated their percentage. You know, even if it's a half. PPP the same, UPC the same, FDC the same, DP the same, so that we manage to run programs that propel the DP to make opposition better.
The DP Secretary General Gerald Siranda also wants transparency in the case of the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Mary Goreti Chitutu, who was arrested over charges of corruption.
We believe that the net now is starting to capture some big fish. And we believe that it's not going to stop at that. I believe that we should leave the police and all the institutions of Uganda do their job. All we want to see and what we have been yearning for as DP is let people be brought to book.
Meanwhile, Uganda's representative to the East African Legislative Assembly is yet to seek leave to introduce a private member's bill on the Refugee Management Act to address issues of displaced persons in the East African community.
All the 7 member states, do they have laws governing refugees? And if they have them, how can we compress it so that it becomes one law? And remember that the East African Treaty reigns higher than the constitution of the member states. Therefore, we are presenting that bill, seeking for leave to present a private member's bill on having the EALA East African Legislative, East African Community Refugee Act.
Miriam Mumcha, UBC News.
April 11th, 1512, Battle of Ravenna. French forces under Gaston de Foix defeated the Holy League in a major battle of the Italian Wars. April 11th, 1783, hostilities formally ceased in the American Revolutionary War. April 11th, 1814, Napoleon Bonaparte was abdicated unconditionally and he was exiled to the island of Elba in the Mediterranean. On April 11th, 1955, the chartered Air India plane, the Kashmir Princess, bombed and crashed into the South China Sea in a failed assassination attempt on Zhou Enlai by the Kuomintang secret agent. April 11, 1968, the US President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the 1968 Civil Rights Act. April 11, 1979, the Tanzanian army captured Kampala, the capital of Uganda, forcing Idi Amin to flee into exile in Libya. On April 11, 2015, Barack Obama and Raul Castro met in Panama, the first meeting of US and Cuban heads of state since the Cuban Revolution. On April 11, 2019, Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir overthrown, arrested by the army in Khartoum after 29 years in power.
with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21 hash or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, under the auspices of the East African Community, will host the 10th East African Petroleum Conference and Exhibition 2023 from the 9th to the 11th of May 2023 at the Kampala Serena Hotel in Uganda. Take full advantage of the investment opportunities in the East African region's vibrant oil and gas sector. To find out more on how to sponsor, exhibit, or attend the 10th EAPCE 23, visit www.eapce23.eac.int.
10 years of supporting health in Uganda. This year, the Kabaka Birthday Run will mark its 10-year anniversary on Sunday, 16th April at Lubidi, starting 7 a.m. and continue the fight to end AIDS by 2030. Buy your running kit today at 20,000 shillings from Airtel shops, Benchuanuka, Fubani, New Taxi Pack, or Majestic Brands office in Bulange Mengo. You can also pay using Airtel Money. Dial *185 *5 hash. Kits purchased using Airtel Money shall be picked from Airtel Wampe or Shop. Probably sponsored by.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
This is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, so the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100 *1 hash. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
TB kills approximately 30 people daily, and 247 Ugandans fall ill of TB disease every day. TB has killed dreams and families. We all deserve a chance in life to hustle, smile. We all deserve a chance to dream and be the best version of ourselves. It is preventable and curable. Know your status. TB testing, treatment, and all TB-related services are free in all government hospitals and accredited private health centers.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185 hash and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We continue with UBC News Tonight, and on the 11th of April 1978, the 8-year Idi Amin regime was overrun, ending the dictatorship. So section of political activists in Lango have called upon government of Uganda to include the 11th of April among important days and declare it a public holiday. Led by former OEM South legislator Isha Otto Amiza, the team says that it is worth to recognize the sacrifice of gallant sons and daughters who liberated the country from Amin's dictatorship. Watch as Eddie Olwa has a detailed report on the story.
We have today, Wednesday, 11th April 1979, captured the Ugandan capital of Kampala.
On this day, 44 years ago, this voice pierced the clouds through the airwaves of the then Radio Uganda. The David Oiro Jokes-led Uganda National Liberation Army, supported by the Tanzania People's Defense Force, hosted Field Marshal Idi Amin's government.
We actually got in Kampala on the 9th. When we went to Radio Uganda, there were no news readers at the station. So for 2 days we were looking for people who could work for us. And we found Dick Nyai was with us in Dar es Salaam. We tasked him with the mission to find out who is still alive, who could come and help us with this radio thing.
It will not marking time Uganda.
On the 11th of April 1979, when Amin was overthrown, Patrick Abalna, a cultural leader, was a student at Umbache College in Arua. The announcement coincided with the day the school was closing for holidays. Abal says it was a hard experience traveling from Arua to Amolatar, the journey that took 1 week.
I found my parents and everybody had given up hope because schools here had broken long ago. So they say, how can somebody make it all the way from Arua? I think they were waiting to do a funeral.
This liberation took a lot of sacrifice of our very own people.
Former Yam South legislator Isha Otto Amiza wants government to declare 11th April a public holiday in recognition of the gallant sons who sacrificed their lives.
We are grateful that the current government recognized the killing of Archbishop Janane Luhum, who was killed by Amin. But we think that that is not enough to just honor one person. When our uncles, fathers, parents, relatives, and what were also killed, why couldn't we make it a national day?
A day like today, Uganda is behaving as if nothing ever happened. If there was ever a liberation in this country, it was that 79.
Otto also wants surviving liberators recognized.
Therefore, we concerned citizens and activists would wish to launch the documentation and the annual commemoration.
Otto and team are documenting all heroes and victims of the liberation struggle. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Eddie Olwa. Now, the late Bishop of Hoima Diocese, Reverend Albert Edward Baharagate Akiki, will be remembered for his love for education since he supported a number of children to attain education. During a memorial service at Nyamigisa Parish in Masindi, the late was eulogized for establishing St. Teresa Girls Secondary School, as you're about to witness.
Mourners gathered at Nyamigisa Parish, Masindi District, to celebrate the life of late Bishop of Hoima, Right Reverend Edward Albert Baharagate Akiki. The funeral service was led by Reverend Father Biggie Rapol.
The bishop has been a very lovely bishop and priest.
We are happy about the bishop for starting for us St. Teresa Girls Senior Secondary School.
One of the parishioners, Rogers Biamukama, hailed the late bishop as a person who touched many souls.
He was very big on education. Many education institutions were started by him, including St. Teresa Girls that you see here, Hoima Diocese. He established Butema Brick factory. These kind of bricks that are very well, at that time it was the only factory in Uganda. He established Hoika, which was an agency for construction.
The Bishop will be remembered for being a national leader, served as the chairman Uganda Red Cross Society while he stayed in Kampala.
Soccer player as well as tennis player. Many of us that grew around Bujumbura Parish on Saturday and Sundays would send down St. John Bosco Seminary playgrounds and play with him, and he was very big on teaching us the basics of the game on our days from school.
Some sisters at Kyomugisha Parish say the late Bishop Baharagate was a lovely person who would pay them a visit even not on official duty.
Official visit, but on casual visits, you could be there at table, at supper, and you see him coming in. The purpose was coming to greet us, and not only the sisters, but even in some families of Christians, he could go there.
Right Reverend Bishop Emeritus Albert Baharagate succumbed to diabetes at Zambia Hospital. Right Reverend Albert Edward Baharagate Akiki, Bishop Emeritus of Hoima Diocese, was born on February 25, 1930 to Kwebiha, Isdo, Abwori and Kabanaku, Febronia, Abwori of Abayonza clan. He was ordained priest on 7th December 1958. He was incardinated priest of Hoima Diocese on 9th August 1965, consecrated bishop of Hoima Diocese on 1st August 1969 by Pope Paul VI at Kololo Airstrip. Installed as Bishop of Hoima Diocese on 5th October 1969, retired on 9th March 1991. He was the chairman of Uganda Red Cross Society. He died on 5th April 2023 at Nsambya Hospital. He will be laid to rest tomorrow, Wednesday, April 11th, in Hoima City, Bujumbura, Hoima Diocese, in Bunyoro sub-region. I'm Nafka Farida.
Thank you so much, Nafka Farida. In more news, the Bishop of Karamoja Diocese, Joseph Abura, has blamed parents in Karamoja sub-region for neglecting their responsibilities, leaving it to the young children going to school. This came after the increasing number of learners between 5 and 10 years who attend classes while carrying young ones on their backs. Now, Abura adds that if government doesn't do anything, the future generations will be affected.
In almost every school in Karamoja, there are learners, especially girls, carrying their young others on the back. In classes, the young ones are on the back, while the elder one is writing.
Now a mother wants to go to the garden, those ones who have endured this insurgency to be within. They send a child with another one. A child carrying a child to come to class, and this is the better way. They sit in the class and you teach them.
Parents go to look for something for the day, so they find it right to make sure that they delegate this other smaller one.
Very beautiful thing. It is a shame and it should not be allowed, because the elder one cannot even learn. These children are, they become hungry, they want to cry.
Siblings range from 5 to 2 years.
So this child will not concentrate, will not pay attention to you who is teaching, because this one is disturbing. This one has cooked, has urinated, you have to bring again outside, clean and come back, the lesson is ongoing.
Also participate, they could not be attentive in class because children were disturbing them all the time. Child is crying, you tell her take the baby out just like that, so they miss because of babysitting. So when I discouraged them from bringing babies,
the learner cannot concentrate as the young one is crying.
He's at the back, they put at the back. Now, even if it is you, will you feel comfortable to write? Assuming this one shakes you as you are writing, what will happen? And they waste the time because you are supposed to write and rub, because this one is crying, is shaking you. You are sitting on the desk, imagine you're on the desk. Somebody is at your back, and you are supposed to write. The teacher is saying you hurry, is supposed to teach another lesson. You are first wasting time writing this one, doing like this, making.
You disorganize the elder child, and this is what we call under trapping. you know, it is child violence. It is destruction of the elder child. And it is also actually punishing her and also punishing the new child, the younger child.
During lunchtime, the learner has to stand in the queue for food. UBC talked to the teachers and leaders in Karamoja who attribute the scenario to hunger in the region.
A lot of poverty, and you find there's nothing a mother can give to the children. So they have recited when to school time to give the school-going age children to become yayas as well as being in school, because there's nothing that these children eat at home.
I feel that by these ones accompanying these ones who are in class, who go to class, they can have an opportunity to eat something during the lunch break when those others are having a lunch.
That's Karamoja. Hunger has always been there, and parents have put up with it. It is not now that the hunger becomes unmanageable by parents. Parents know what to do. They go with their children to the garden on their backs. They go with their children to fetch.
Teachers say they have tried to talk to parents, but they turn against them.
An enmity between you and the parent, because when I chase this girl out, the mother will complain because she has not met her interest.
Mora District Education Officer and other educationists say this is one way of attracting learners.
Bridging that negative attitude towards education, probably by them coming to school, they also have, when they reach that level of joining P1, they have the opportunity and they have the interest.
I wish they would also put ECD centers in those primary schools to cater for those smaller ones.
The Bishop of Karamoja Diocese, Joseph Abura, is worried about the increasing negligence of Karamojong parents and advises district local governments to enact bylaws to protect teachers and learners.
District local governments should protect their teachers and also should protect the children. Supposing the child becomes sickly in school, the whole day the mother is not there, the child is having malaria, and malaria has no time for, So who will take care of these children? The sickness in school, anytime the sickness can come, it is wrong. I think the Karamojong parent is becoming, lots of things are becoming too much. The Karamojong parent is becoming more negligible than before.
I'm Nafka Farida and Morinig.
Well, we'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Why Jerry can with muscle? Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava. Best school fees I teach you. When I go to which the muscari. Because of the cover that is very far. Is you serious? It's just you. What? Yeah? You stay with your needs. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry car.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako, n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
This is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, so the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#, select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the future of Uganda. And as a policy maker, the policies I enact today will protect her from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Still watching ABC News tonight. In our business stories, a team of educational stakeholders from the Belgian Development Agency in partnership with the Educans Education Services Uganda have been on fact-finding mission about the new digital tool, the EduQ card assessment to school teaching and learning improvements in Uganda. This situation requires government to design and provide policies, preconditions and quality standards.
The EduQ card is the tool to improve the quality of education by involving all the stakeholders in an inspirational way. The system, imported from the Educans Education Foundation, targets teaching and learning effectiveness in relation to the 5 pillars that result into quality education.
EduQ card is built on our EduStars, our Star School program, which looks at the 5 pillars at Educans for education. We look at the learning environment, we look at the learner. Is the learner learning? We look at the teacher, are they teaching well? We look at the school teachers, the school leaders.
During the school improvement program, the school managers and administrators teamed up with the other stakeholders in the school to design a school improvement plan. This is fed into the digital tool assessor.
EduQ card is just an enhancer. It's a digital program that helps schools to analyze and assess themselves to see how they are performing in these 5 pillars. So in the end, you find that key areas will come out. There are indicators that will show that actually learners are not learning well. Or the learning environment, because we know that for a learning environment, we want to look at, do they have a classroom? Do they sit under a good shelter? Do they have a chalkboard?
The EduQ card school assessment has helped many schools to improve quality of teaching and learning.
It's the work of the teacher in such a way that when we come together, like we meet with the SMC members, the PTA members, the teachers, and as well as the learners, we come to identify the challenges.
And to add on that, we've got a lot of trainings on how to teach pupils reading and writing, and amongst all, a number of pupils have increased in the school.
The Center Coordinating Tutor, Sempa Wobulenzi, and Tutor Nakaseke Koa PTC, Achen Donanta, is optimistic that the quality of education in many of these schools has been enhanced.
Been handling the teachers and looking at the teaching and learning. This module, the pillar, has the certain areas which a teacher is supposed to handle while interacting with the learners. And you find that it highlights what the teacher is supposed to do with the children in the classroom. Like previously, teachers would not allow children to touch even the textbooks.
The team from Belgian Development Agency, Enabel,
is proud to support the Educho Card Assessment Project as a gesture to improve on the quality of education in Ugandan schools.
Digital is one aspect, but it should be in a more whole school approach, I would say. It's not like the schools we visited today. You see that they also have face-to-face contact, face-to-face assessments involving the parents, involving everybody's working at the school to do a good assessment, and then indeed afterwards it's put in a digital tool, because of course we have to be aware that not everybody's using the tablets and the smartphones right now.
The assessment is done per school, a combination of external assessment by professionals and self-assessments by the stakeholders, especially the teachers. Key points of improvement are discussed and made actionable in an agreed joint school improvement plan. Sudat Kaye and Douglas Setumba, UBC News.
Now, technology has been singled out to be with an essence to youth empowerment. The Chief Executive Officer of GSM 5G, Raza Ali, told UBC that every youth can benefit from ICT. He's seeking a partnership with government to initiate projects that youth can exploit. Take a look.
ICTs have a wide range of information and tools with the capacity to create wealth and end poverty. At least 49% of Uganda's population have access to a smartphone, desktop computer or laptop and other tools. These can create wealth when utilized. GSM 5G executive Ali Raza told UBC that he has created opportunities for youth through training with the tools to create employment.
Technology has the answer for the youth empowerment.
Meanwhile, adoption to smartphones in Uganda is 16%, creating avenue for youth to get a range of information and ICT tools to do business.
Must talk about not to use only for the things of the luxury, that WhatsApp you are using, you're talking to the girlfriend, or they must utilize their system to the business. Once they're using internet, they must use for the business standard subject. It has a lot of opportunity to earn the money through the internet, through the smartphone, but for the information where you can base on your future, and you can learn even a lot of product what can be needed, what you can learn without the teacher as well.
The agricultural sector has a range of employment opportunities for youth, and the parish development model funds can help youth starting from the garden to value addition and the market.
The moment we shall capture them, to give them training, give them the skill, there is a lot of opportunities. It will control them to earn the money through the home industry, through the service. There, they will do part-time agriculture to save the country agriculture, which Uganda based on. It is the beauty of Uganda. It is the biggest beauty of this country is agriculture. The moment they will have time do the home industry, I think so there is no way to go to look a job outside. No need to lose our youth. Because the most biggest part of the agriculture controlled by the girls.
So, through home manufacturing, youth will get direct employment after they have utilized all the avenues of ICTs, including the internet.
The moment youth will get to know about the technology, they will create the jobs by themselves, and they will have a fantastic future. The old people one day will go away. 75 people are going to control the country. Are we making 50% people of them to get ready to fly the country? It only will depend when the technology will enter inside their mind.
This is the first intervention to create employment for youth in Uganda. So, what remains is a leeway to engage stakeholders in youth empowerment. Abiona Francisco, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Abiona, for that report on technology and its use. today. Now, opening up of the regional market and adoption of new technologies is key in catalyzing dairy industry development, says Jacqueline Kitoni, the marketing manager at Tetra Pak East Africa. She underscores the need for authorities to promote milk consumption and the public to embrace innovative solutions such as the long shelf life milk to curb losses.
The dairy sector has immense social and economic benefits to the regional economies. Some of the dairy products consumed in large quantities include yogurt, ghee and fresh milk.
Consumption starts right from the home level. So from the home level, are we consuming this product? We move to schools. In schools, are we creating the culture of even milk consumption, because we know the benefits that milk gives to children? Then we move to also the marketplaces. Do we understand why we need to give this product to our children or our families? And do we know the uses in which we can even take, milk? It's not just in our tea or in our coffee.
As of December 2021, Uganda produced 2.81 billion litres of milk annually. However, the steady rise in milk production is not in tandem with value addition. According to the Dairy Development Authority, just over 30% of milk produced annually is processed, and thus massive losses are registered. The marketing manager, Tetra Pak East Africa, Jacqueline Kitoni, says there is urgent need for sector players to embrace innovations and the consumers to embrace ultra-high temperature or long shelf life milk.
What are the benefits of it? Number one, that milk is safe. You can be able to buy it and give it to your children because the heat treatment or the level at which it has been boiled, let's use the terminologies that are, the level at which it has been boiled is at such a high degree that it is able to help the bacteria just cool down, that will not help the milk get spoiled faster. If you have UHT milk, UHT packaged milk, then you're able to actually take that product to the furthest point. So it also helps businesses grow in terms of turnover and the stocks that they can be able to have, so that they can sell to the consumer. So the consumer will be able to go and find it as and when he needs it.
There is also an issue of business continuity and attracting the young people into the dairy space.
We need to look at it as a business. If we look at the average age of a dairy farmer, it sits at about 65 years old. This indicates, exactly, so this indicates that the young people are not taking it up. But the moment we start looking at it as a business venture, then we're even able to attract even the younger people to go into the dairy space, because you'll be able not to look at it. So how many cows do I need? What are my inputs? What are the outputs that I will get? Where do I sell this milk?
Tetra Pak, an end-to-end food manufacturer, has over the years partnered with dairy sector players in Uganda to provide packaging and processing solutions. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
Entebbe Golf Club's Katogoyan Invitation Tournament has been boosted by I&M Bank. This tournament is unique and played quarterly, with the second event due on the 29th of April. John Bansentema has a detailed report on this story.
I&M Bank has committed to support sports with the Entebbe Golf Club's Katogo Invitational Tournament, their latest engagement.
We believe there is still more opportunity for us to support sports development in this country. And when I talk about sports, I'm talking largely of golf in particular, because golf has a way of bringing people together. It has a way of getting people to interact and talk to each other as they play golf. It has a way of creating opportunities for business and engagements with people that you might not ordinarily see in an office or might not be so easy to see in an office.
The Katogo Invitational Golf Series is a fun-filled golf contest categorized into 4 events over the year, with combined scores joined as set 10 and 11 per hole for a total of 1,011 for 2 players that form a team. Daytona was held in the first quarter, followed by Call Your Shots due this month. Me Too will be in the third quarter, and Oh Gosh in the last quarter of the year.
For the first tournament, Daytona, golfers
would score up to 1,000. So it was best two scores, best scores, starting with a lower handicap. So if you score 10 and your partner scores 5, so the score on that hole is 510. So to us, that's something that's going to be fresh to the golfing fraternity, so that modes of play that Entebbe Club and the Katogo team have come up with are going to be fresh to the people, and it will also create some more excitement and engagement in the game of golf, which I&M Bank is looking to associate with.
I&M Bank's involvement augurs well with the kind of investment government wants the private sector to indulge in to address infrastructure gaps.
I&M is partnering with us to see that we can improve some of the facilities on our course, but also improve the experience of members.
As part of our commitment to the series, we have agreed to support the tournament, one, by ensuring that we avail all the prizes that will be required during the next 3 quarters. And at the end of it all, we are also excited to announce that we shall also provide an exciting experience on what the golfers normally call the 19th hole.
These quarterly series that started on 14th January will run up to 9th December 2023. John Barnes, Sentamo, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News tonight. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha, and I was joined by Nakakon Elizabeth on Sign Language. Do join us later again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way.